Well, here we are. It's holiday season and people are heading along to the major railway stations, perhaps getting onto major motorways, and they're off to see family, friends, going a bit of shopping, taking a show, go to the theatre. No such thing for me, I'm afraid. I'm just here today putting my wife on the train at Port Talbot. She's got a meeting in London tomorrow morning and off she goes. But do you ever get to a place like this and you think, oh, that railway line I'm looking at up there now, that goes all the way to London, and it ends up at one of the major London terminuses, and I could get on a train there and I could just go off to Europe, or I could end up who knows where, or maybe this motorway. I know this motorway is going up. I could just keep on this to the Channel ports, jump on a boat, go across the Channel. I could drive across Europe. I could get down to Marseille and catch a ferry. 24 hours later I'd be in Tunis, off to Africa and into the desert. Do you ever think that when you're on a major route, I could just go? Sometimes there are things you want to get away from as well. It may just be wanderlust. Maybe you're trying to get away. Well, do you know, approaching Christmas this year, there's something there to be thinking about. It's not an easy time for many people. It's a time when people might want to get away, get a change, or they've had enough. And there's something we really need to look at and think about when we start thinking and feeling, I'd really quite like to get away. Well, don't worry, I didn't get on the train, okay? I didn't disappear. I've come back to where I'm from, and in many ways, where I belong. But I do understand that desire that sometimes crops up in the human heart that says, oh, I just want to go. God's answer to that situation is not to go and run. Now, of course, there can be situations in life we've got to get out of because they're not safe for us, and we're not talking about that here. We're just talking about that, oh, I've had enough. I just want to, get on that bus, get on that train, end up, somewhere different. Well, God's solution to this problem, and is one that he provided at Christmas, is not that we should just go, because once you've gone, where are you going to go next? No. His solution is for us to live in the reality that we have with him, and not for us to go, but for him to come and be with us in where we are. So in Matthew 1:23, we hear the announcement being made of what's going to happen with the birth of Jesus. And then the explanation is given. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and he will be called Emmanuel, which means God with us. So there's my word for the week. God with us. Emmanuel, God with us. Because in most of the situations in life, the answer is not to run. The answer is to stand. And to be able to stand. Because God is with us. Emmanuel. No longer a baby in a manger, but the risen Lord of glory. And if he stands with you, who can stand against you? God bless you. Happy Christmas. That's my word for the week.